Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being here. Super happy to have you. On this episode, we're going to check out one of the greats of all time. And right off the bat, when we watch this video, you're going to hear this bass line and this background melody that I know you've heard before because I've heard it, and I think just about everybody has heard this before. If you're new to this channel and you're new to watching what we're doing here, check out the link up above because what I'm trying to do is pay respects, pay tribute, pay homage, and increase my own musical knowledge and abilities with some of the basics and some of the foundation fundamentals of modern type music. Now, I love the blues. I've loved it for a long time, but I'm trying to listen a little bit different, trying to increase my abilities by going back to the basics. So I'm glad you're here with me on this journey. Definitely love hearing from you. Definitely going to check out some of your recommendations, so put them below. While you're here, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and let me know, again, with the comments on whether or not you want to hear more about background, more about the history, more about the artist, or if you're like me and you're going to react a little cold and then go back and do a little deep dive afterward. I want this to be about us exploring this together. And if you love the blues like I do, hopefully you'll come away with an even better appreciation than what you may already have, kind of like I'm trying to do. So this week, we're going to check out, like I said, one of the greats, none other than McKinley Morganfield. Who is that? You don't know? That's okay. Most people don't, but I guarantee you know him by Muddy Waters. That's right, Muddy Waters, born in 1913. I believe. Check me below in the comments. 1913, born in Clarksdale, Mississippi, which happens to be where Highway 61 rolls through. That's the crossroads of the blues that Robert Johnson sang about. Now, he played all throughout the South, that Delta region, had that Delta sound. And like many artists of his time, he took that show on the road and went north and went up to Chicago. And if you know anything about history, or especially history of Reconstruction or anything like that, a lot of those guys moved north up to Chicago. And he became known as the father of Chicago blues. And you'll hear that Chicago blues sound, like I said, right off the bat in this one. Now, I haven't watched this whole video, but I did take a sneak peek to make sure it's the one that I thought it was. Now, I've heard this song before. You probably have too. But again, like we talked about last week, we're gonna listen a little bit different. We're gonna pay a little more attention to some of the themes and think about where that might tie in or where we might hear that in modern music today, in today's day and age. So anyway, Muddy Waters, he goes up to Chicago, lays down this foundation, and then goes to England in the 50s, late 50s, 58, 59, somewhere around there. And if you think about it, and I'm doing this without research, just my own limited knowledge, but if you think about it, there were some other great musicians that were coming into their own about that time. Hit me up in the comments if there's some that you're thinking of, but some of the ones that I'm thinking of are Eric Clapton and Cream, Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones. For crying out loud, Muddy Waters had a song called Rolling Stone. I wonder if that's where that came from. You got The Who. You have Fleetwood Mac. You have Knopfler. That's pretty dire straits for sure, but certainly could have been influenced and probably was influenced by none other than this guy right here. Now, Muddy Waters played with a ton of different people. In fact, it got to a point where it was almost a badge of honor to be able to say that you played with Muddy Waters. And guys like Willie Nelson played with Muddy Waters. Guys like Clapton and Bo Diddley and Howlin' Wolf and a host of others. He certainly crossed genres and played with a great deal of artists. But if I wanted to play country and Western music with a great classic country and Western guy, I'd probably want to play with a guy like Merle Haggard. Though I can't do that anymore, sadly. But I'd want to play with a Merle Haggard or Willie Nelson. Or if I wanted to sit down with a great songwriter, I'd sit down with Dylan or John Prine. And if I wanted to play some blues, cut my teeth, and learn from a master, I don't know if you get much better than Bo Diddley or Muddy Waters. God love him, John Lee Hooker. But Muddy Waters has got to be in that conversation as some of the greats and one of the ones that you would certainly be able to draw inspiration from. So I'm going to shut up for now. Let's get into the song. Check out Manish Blues by Muddy Waters.
Oh yeah, everything gonna be all right this morning. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now tell me you haven't heard that before. Come on, try to tell me you haven't heard that before.
Now when I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my mother said I'm gonna be the greatest man alive. But now I'm a man, I passed 21. I won't believe me, baby, I have lots of fun. I'm a man, I spell him H-I-N, that relevant man. No B, oh child, why? That mean Manish boy. I'm a man, I'm a full-grown man. I'm a man, I'm a natural born lover's man. I'm a man, I'm a rolling stone. I'm a
Can't help. I'm going to try not to stop this over and over. I can't help but just feel this groove. And, you know, they call it the balls of the band. That's that rhythm guitar, the keys, the bass for sure, and the drums. This that balls of the band. Now, Muddy Waters ain't even touched this daggum guitar yet, but he's laying down. Just, you can hear the soul. And if you don't feel like a man when you're listening to this, and just don't make you feel something, then man, you need to go to the doctor and get your goddamn self checked out, because this right here. But the balls of the band is just laying that down. I can't wait to watch him pick that Telecaster apart. Let's go.
man, I'm a hoochie coochie man, sitting on the outside, just me and my mate. Y'all know I'm made to moon, honey. Come up 2 hours late. Wasn't that a man? I spell him H-I-N, that rubber band man. Nobby, oh child, why? That mean Manish boy, man, I'm a full-grown man. I'm a natural born lover's man. Man, I'm a rolling stone. Man, I'm a natural born lover's man. I'm a man, I'm a hoochie coochie man. Yeah, yeah. The line I shoot had well never miss. When I make love to a girl, she can't resist. I think I go down to old Cassie's stew. I'm gonna bring back the second cousin, that's little John the Conqueror. Oh, you little girl, fine line. I can make love to you, honey, in 5 minutes time. Ain't that a man? I spell him in that rubber than Maine. Lobby, oh child, why that mean Manish boy? Man, I'm a full-grown man. Man, I'm a natural-born lover, man. I'm a rolling stone. Man, I'm a hoochie coochie baby. Well, 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 well. Hey, hurry!
I mean, the dude didn't even play the guitar till the walk down and transition out. But that's all right. I mean, I'm a guitar lover. I was really hoping to hear him play guitar, but I still think this is just again cold reaction here. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I'm trying not to listen to these ahead of time too much, but I can't help but think, man. You know, when I was a kid, we went to Baptist church and we had a minister. And to this day, when I go to church, I expect to see somebody up getting after it, right? I mean, I want somebody. I don't want to be entertained, but I want somebody to feel it. I want that feeling to come through to me as well. And some of the best preachers that I've ever heard, be it online, on TV, and live, which is I prefer, is in a small church. It's hotter than a $2 pistol. The ladies are waving themselves with a fan, and he's preaching the good word, fire and brimstone kind of preaching, and getting up, hooting and hollering, raising hands. He got one hand up, got two hands up, got two hands out this way, whatever. But you're going to get going, and that preacher is the one that's going to get you going. Now, I've performed and I've played in front of venues, and I've played in front of other musicians, and I played in front of clubs. And it can be hard. It can be hard to keep a crowd engaged. Now, I'm no muddy waters. I mean, come on, I have no delusions of grandeur. However, it's hard to keep a crowd entertained, especially when you're laying down that bom 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 just over and over. Bum, 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 over and over. And he's saying the same lyrics over and over. I'm a man, right? I'm a hoochie coochie man. And he's saying the same lyrics over and over. But his inflection of voice and the way that he accentuates it, the way that he puts it around, the way that he kind of mixes it around with the phrases, the few phrases that he has, not so much lyrics, but the phrases that he has. Boy, he's got that crowd just eating out of the palm of his hand, just waiting for him. And I can only imagine being in that audience right there, because I know I'm sitting here just staring at my freaking phone and listening to this through these headphones, just waiting for that left hand and that right hand to get on that guitar. It was palpable, that feeling of just wanting him to take it somewhere, and he never does. It makes you wonder what the next song he threw in that set was. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. But I guess as we talk about stealing things musically from these great guys, not that I'm advocating that, but as we talk about these guys laying this incredible foundation, and then other people being influenced by them, like the Keith Richards and the Knopflers and Claptons, but you almost wonder, I don't even know if you have to wonder, you almost wonder when you hear a song like this and you hear Muddy perform this, he took that from church. You know, there's a group of guys that I listen to and I belong to that we talk about Americana music, and we listen to a lot of Americana music, and we always talk about we can tell when a writer or a singer is from the church. Old Muddy's from the church. Well, I don't know if you get away from church much when you're down south, right? I mean, it is life, but this is a preacher that was preaching about how he's a man. I don't think he was trying to convince himself. You know, a lot of the blues that I've heard, and I can't wait to hear more, but a lot of the blues I've heard is all about living. It's all about living and loving. And this one here, I don't think he was talking about I'm a man because I get up and go to work every day and you know, I sweat and I could grow a beard. I think he was talking about I'm a man because I'm a hoochie coochie man. I could do a few things, if you know what I mean. But this man was preaching. You take all those elements and you put it together in a nightclub with a badass backing band just laying down this thump. Bom, 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 bom. It's incredible. And it goes to show, you know, like last week we talked about simplicity. There's complexity in the simplicity. And is what I was trying to get at. And in this one, I feel like you don't have to have, you know, Brad Paisley just up and down the neck, running through scales like a madman, Dorian, Phrygian, and Mixolydian, and Aeolians, and all these crazy ass scales. You don't have to do that. You don't have to have a whole bunch of wah in your finger. You don't have to have a whole bunch of guitar effects pedals. This man spoke to a whole crowd of people, spoke to me. I don't even know when that thing was made, but decades later, I mean, I felt it. Did you feel it? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to back on out of here. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with me. And let me know who else you want to listen to. So this week, it was kind of a toss-up between Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf, and the number one vote getter in our little Discord server was Muddy Waters. So we went with Muddy Waters. So I don't know if that means we go on to Howlin' Wolf. Maybe I go back a little further into Blind Willie McTell, who I'm kind of excited to check out. But let me know. Hit me up. Hit me on the socials, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on YouTube here at Ben Jammin'. You can find me on the Discord server, and if you need that, drop me a message, and I'll give you the link to the Discord server. You could chat along with us. But certainly happy to have you here. Look forward to doing this one again. And you guys be good out there. We'll see you somewhere on down the road.